Alright everybody, welcome to Detroit for day 2 of the NFL Draft. It's currently 8 o'clock in the morning. Draft doesn't start for another 11 hours for night 2, and it's going to be really interesting to see what the Jaguars do. A lot of good cornerbacks still on the board. There's a lot of guys I really like at corner. Cooley, McAllister, they're all still there. I think the Jags are going to take one, but that's 11 hours away. The reason I'm up this early is because as part of NFL on Location, we get to do something really cool today. I'm going to show you behind the scenes and what the green room's like, where the prospects sat yesterday. There's no one still left. Everyone that came, all 13 prospects, got drafted, which is good to see. I'm going to show you the green room. I'm going to show you on stage, show you behind the scenes. We have a meeting room with Calvin Johnson. We've got a lot of cool stuff today. Day 2 is always the most hectic day. So let me show you what we're doing.
We can come up a little bit.
About to go into the green room.
Right here, to your right, there's a row of lights.
Welcome to the green room. All right, so we are in the green room right now. I've seen a lot of green rooms in my life. This is up there with one of the best. It's definitely on the smaller side just because there are 13 prospects compared to the 20-ish they usually get. But this is nice. I mean, these couches are super comfy. They give you pillows. They give you the whole 9 yards here. They did a really good job with the green room here. I'll show you around, but it is sick. And we're gonna go on stage in just a bit. This is the behind the scenes stuff you don't see elsewhere. So the stage took about a month to put together. It's 1 million watts, 53 million LEDs. You can see here. This is where you come, and then you come out through that door, and you get on stage. We're gonna go on stage in just a bit. This is, that's the way to do it. What's nice about this year too, with the green room, is that 13 guys were here, which again on the smaller side, but all 13 guys got drafted, so no Will Levis situation, no situation where someone's gonna be waiting here day 2. Everyone heard their name called, which you don't see happen often on night 1. Then again, smaller crowd than usual, but this is nice. More prospects should come here. I know, obviously, the camera, you don't want to be the last one in, but they treat you well. They treat you well here. And for those wondering what happens when you get the call, you use this phone right here. This is the phone that they call you on when you get drafted. I guess we're in Rome's box. We are in Rome Odunze's box right now. So this is where Rome's at. All right, time for the walk you make when you get drafted. Come up these steps, and here we go. We are officially on stage. This is the view from up here. The stage is massive. Absolutely massive stage. I'm sure you saw it on TV. Absolutely massive. Biggest stage was Cleveland. Biggest stage, Cleveland had a whole different structure. They had like a whole inner circle. This is about what you saw in Vegas and KC. This is massive. They want to see the LED board. Oh man, look at it from up there. If you're wondering where we sat, those are seats right there. Those are seats right there. this is the ESPN booth. So if you saw ESPN yesterday, ESPN sits over here, and the other side is NFL Network. And all the way in the back, I'm not sure if you see that media booth where it says NFL Draft Detroit 2014, or 2024, I should say. That's where ABC is. So ABC is back there by the crowd, ESPN's here, and then NFL Network is on that side. Usually they label it. I'm not sure why they didn't label on the walls this year, but the more you know. Nice to see all the helmets here. We're having lunch with a very special Hall of Famer, which we'll see in just a bit. Bit surprised, they are going with the Broncos throwback, not the regular, and then the Jets logo. They didn't get the new helmets in time, so this is the old helmet they're never going to wear again. You see all these giant helmets.
Every morning on NFL Network from 7 to 10. See some familiar faces in the crowd. Go Jags. I think a lot of you guys just got done doing an amazing tour of the Track Theater, which is incredible. And several of you obviously were there last night. This is such a cool opportunity for me. It's my favorite weekend of the year. I love the draft. I love what goes into the draft. I love analyzing the draft. And nothing I love more than 5 years from now looking back on the draft and saying, oh, everything we in the media said was probably wrong, and you guys as fans probably were right. So we're so excited for today. We've got one of the greatest NFL players of all time who's up here shortly. He's going to talk with you guys, and he's also one of the best dudes to come through the NFL. He's a Detroit Lions legend. I got a call last night around 5 o'clock, and it's there's a team in the top 10 who might take a quarterback. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of teams in the top 10 who might take a quarterback. It's a great quarterback draft. Like, no. A team that has a quarterback. So I'm like, all right, who was it? Chicago doesn't. They got Caleb Williams. I'm doing all the math. I'm like, Giants and Daniel Jones, we've been hearing about it. Kyler Murray in Arizona. And I'm like, is it Atlanta? They're like, yeah, Atlanta is calling around about a quarterback. Don't know which one. I'm like, that's news. That's great. But it turns out the Falcons never had Michael Penix in the facility at all. They never flew to Washington. They didn't attend his pro day. They basically had a 15-minute conversation with him at the Combine. They've got a bunch of film. And 6 weeks after giving Kirk Cousins $100 million, the Atlanta Falcons drafted Michael Penix with the 8th overall pick. Here we go! I'm excited. I love it. And that's why I love the NFL draft, because guess what? If Cousins, God forbid, goes down, or if Penix is better, we could be talking about Michael Penix as an all-pro quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons and it being one of the best draft picks that franchise ever made. So it's the first team ever in the draft, in the top 8 to draft offensive skill position player 4 years in a row. They got their tight end in Pitts, their running back in Robinson, the wide receiver in London, and now Penix. So we'll see. To introduce you folks at NFL on location at this amazing event, to Megatron, Calvin Johnson. All right, Calvin Johnson, everybody. Let's hear it for him. Who was a defensive back or a defensive player that you really cherished playing against and you would really engage with that trash talk and maybe even lean into it a little bit?
There wasn't a whole lot of trash talk out there. You know, most guys just didn't say anything. You know, there might be a little bit of talking to paper, but when we're on the field, guys didn't really say anything.
They didn't say anything to you. Alright, let me correct you on that, but go on, yes.
Well, to that point, the biggest trash talker I've seen out there was Jared Allen.
Okay.
For the Minnesota Vikings. And he used to dog our offensive line so bad. And like, he would dog them like he would whoop their ass too. But, sorry, to get my language. But no, he would trash talk them. He'd have them feeling bad. I feel bad for my guys, man.
Yeah.
He would just be on there, just all the whole game, and you just see all offensive line just head down, just taking it. Could nobody talk trash back?
Yeah. And what about defensive backs? Trash talk aside, the guys that you really love playing against.
I love playing against Peanut Tillman because I know it's going to be a 60-minute game. He's going to be there every play. He's not taking any off. I love playing against Patrick Peterson, same thing, but he's just maybe a little bit more dynamic of a player. A little bit tougher to go against. As far as in coverage.
Yeah, you're the 2nd overall pick that year. What was your memory from draft night?
draft night, you know, being surrounded by family, in New York, that's when everything was in New York at that time. Definitely fanfare. It wasn't nowhere near like this where everybody is here for a specific reason. You're in New York, everybody's there for various reasons. It's a melting pot. But, you know, being in New York, just being surrounded by my family, getting the call, I think it was from Rod and Rod Marinelli at the time. You know, it was a sign of this dream come true.
Yeah.
You know, that's what, you know, as a kid, you know, I wanted to play professional sports. You know, I love baseball, I love football. Football ended up being the sport for me. And, you know, to be able to play in the NFL, it was a dream come true. And the draft day experience, of getting that phone call, you know, it's almost like when I got to the Hall of Fame, it's like a culmination of all the things that happened prior to then. That was the same thing up until that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the, you know, high school, the college, the relationships, you know, all led up to that point.
The first pick I want to say was Jamarcus Russell to the Raiders. You're the second pick. Did the Raiders ever show any interest? For you to be the second pick in a draft, to me, it's crazy.
So,
was there a Raiders story that Al Davis called? Hey,
no, I think Al Davis called Kiffin, the head coach, because Kiffin really wanted me out there, but Al Davis wanted a quarterback that could bomb it. So there's obviously, you know, the owner's going to trust the head coach all day, every day.
That's the story Lynn Kiffin tells now, that I wanted Calvin Johnson, but the old man, he... Yeah. But that's great. So you go to Detroit, and at the time, who was the coach? Rod Marinelli?
Rod Marinelli was the head coach. Mike Marks was the offensive coordinator.
That's cool. That's cool. Who was the quarterback your first year? So
John Kidna.
John Kidna.
John Kidna.
Kidna, and then Stafford, of course, after that. All right, let's go to the Hall of Fame. You mentioned
you forgot Dan Orlowski. We had like the
let's go to Orlowski.
You cannot forget the, you know,
McCown
running out the back of the end zone, Orlowski.
Were you on that team? Were you on the team with Orlowski?
I was running the comeback when that was happening.
Oh my gosh. I saw Dan the other day, and, you know, I see Dan, I say hi, and then a fan walks by and says, this guy who's the best guy in ESPN, beloved guy. The fan walks by and goes, hey, you ran out of the back of the end zone. And I'm like, poor Dan.
Keep him home.
Keep him humble, yes. Do you ever watch it now and say, all right, the rules have changed a little bit, they can't press at the line, and wonder, okay, I had great stats, but gosh, if I play now, I can do even more.
Man, you dang right. And I'm over here scratching my head when referees are throwing flags. You know, when guys get touched, like, you know, around 5 yards or after, I'm like, oh, that dude's dragging on me the whole route. Like, I wish I could have got some of that love.
Right?
All right, about to head over to the draft. We had a long day to start off. Just woke up from a quick power nap. Had brunch with Kelvin, as you saw behind the scenes, went to the Tigers Royals game for a bit, and now it's time for the draft. A lot of good corners on the board. I think the Jags are going to get one of those on day 2. We'll see what happens. Kool-Aid is still there. If we can get Kool-Aid, oh man, we're cooking. I know there are some rumors that the Jags are trying to trade up. They got a boatload of picks from the Vikings yesterday. We'll see if they use one of those, try to get Kool-Aid. Let's see what happens. about 30 minutes away from the start of day 2. Always a fun day because a lot of picks being made. It goes by really, really fast, but you still know a lot of the players. Just got done with what you just saw, the Detroit Youth Choir. Really, really impressed. I was very skeptical when I saw the lineup. Oh, they're doing a youth choir. And then all these kids come out looking like they're from School of Rock, and they absolutely kill it. They won the crowd over. They were really, really good. Not at all what I was expecting. And then the choir at the very end that you saw, that was the players' choir. That's really the former NFL players. They were really good too. Really, really good show. I was pleasantly surprised. Big Sean, I can't say much about. I didn't get to see Big Sean because we were doing the red carpet. Sounded good. You could hear him from the red carpet. He sounded good for the 5 or 10 minutes that I heard him, but this was a really good show. Now, in terms of what I want the Jags to do tonight, a lot of good corners still on the board. A lot of good corners. Obviously, you got Kool-Aid. If you can work a trade up to get inside the top 40, you're probably not going to get him at 48. But if you can get a trade up and you get Kool-Aid that way, any of the Missouri corners, I like McAllister from Georgia. I really like Reed from FSU. I think you got to double up a corner. I honestly think if you're the Jaguars, you got to double up a corner. You look at that cornerback lineup right now. Tyson Campbell, he's got 1 year left on his contract. I don't know if he fits the scheme of Ryan Nelson. I have no clue if he fits the scheme. Obviously, down year last year. You don't know if you're going to re-sign him. Right now, if you can only re-sign one secondary piece, Campbell and Cisco, because they're both up for contract after this year, I would rather have Cisco than Campbell. I think he's been more consistent. And obviously, Campbell not playing that well last year. Darby, I mean, I like the signing, but obviously 2 years on his contract. He's up there in age. He's on the wrong side of 30. You never know if Father Time is undefeated. And Jags don't really have anyone at corner right now. So double up that corner, and we can go from there. So I think round 2, round 3, you got to get corner at least one of the picks. I think you double up. My guess is they're going to go corner and then defensive line, but we'll see what they do. Jags going to start about 30 minutes. Jags should be on the clock. I would say you get 7 minutes per pick. I would say Jags are probably going to be on the clock sometime around 8:30 Eastern. It should be interesting to see what they do. Bulky had a good day yesterday. Got a lot of picks. Got the guy he won at 23. I'm not crazy about Brian Thomas. I would have rather had Arnold, but I'm okay with the pick. Considering the future picks you got, really like it. So, see what happens today. We'll see what happens today. The rest about to start. Let's go back inside.
Detroit, you're within 100,000 of breaking the all-time NFL record for a draft. Let's go. Thank you for everything you've done. Enjoy the night. So you can see behind me, I'm joined by past, present, and future of football. Here on the stage, we have 32 current NFL players and legends who will announce the next generation of players. Also on the stage, we have 32 youth flag football players participating in the NFL Flag Regional Tournament here in Detroit this weekend. Thank you all for being here and representing our game. The draft is a celebration of all levels of football: youth, high school, college, and the NFL. Now this state knows a little something about football, right? So in addition to the success of the Lions, there's another guy who had quite a year along with his teammates.
What's up, Michigan? This crowd is amazing. I wish I could be there tonight, but I feel like some of my friends are in the house. Come on down, guys. Go Blue.
Please welcome the 2024 College Football Playoff National Champions, the Michigan
Falcons, select Group Aurora. Let's go ahead. Washington's selection tonight. Darryl Green's impact extends far beyond his remarkable skills on the field. He exemplified integrity, sportsmanship, and dedication throughout his illustrious career. We are proud to announce the Washington Commanders plan to retire Darryl Green's jersey this fall. A testament to his enduring legacy. Today, we celebrate Darryl Green's extraordinary career. Darryl, you will forever be remembered as one of the greatest to grace the game.
Detroit. You guys have hosted us to a very fun week, and I appreciate you. The NFL appreciates you. The Commanders appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Detroit, can I just say something to the DMV, the Washington area, and these guys? DMV and you guys, it's on, y'all. We got Jaden last night, and we're about to get back to work. It's on. Hey, and also, I'm back.
Is nervously pacing right now.
On the sideline.
He is nervously pacing.
All right. I'm here for an important reason, to add to our tradition, to add to our success. With the 36th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Jazon Newton, defensive tackle, Illinois.
Detroit. What up, though, man? You hear me? It's an honor to be standing here, man. As a proud Detroit native, as a Cass Tech alumni, and a University of Michigan alumni, the national champs, man, always. With the 37th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, my New England Patriots select Jalen Pope, receiver, Washington.
All right, Jags about to be up. We're at 46 right now. Carolina's on the clock. Bulky has kind of blown this right now. He sucks at trading up. He just flat out sucks at trading up. He didn't grab last year. Took him to the first round this year. Give him the task for that because no one can trade up. He's going to trade down. He can't trade up. He missed out on the whole run of corners with Lassiter, with Kool-Aid, a lot of guys that really wanted. All gone. And again, this goes back to if you just talked to Josh Allen before the Pro Bowl last year, could have gotten to a long-term deal, franchise Ridley, and then you could draft a corner around while Carolina would be in a really good spot. Right now, we got a giant hole in corner. Yeah, Wake Straw still on the board. I like Wake Straw a lot. To get him, I would get Wake Straw. I would can't if we get Wake Straw, but we'll see if the Panthers take him or whoever's on the clock at 47. Someone good ran for Jacksonville. This has not been a good day so far. Come on, Rakestraw. And it's Rakestraw. Come on.
First off, I want to send prayers out to my family. My baby sister passed away last night. So I want to send prayers out to all my family. I also want to thank the Detroit faithful for when I played here. They supported me So I really appreciate that, Detroit. Thank y'all, the city. Thank you. And now, with the 48th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Mason Smith, defensive tackle, LSU.
All right, I have no clue what the Jags are doing. I have no clue. If we're going to go DT, I want Michael Hall. I thought he was the best defensive tackle in this entire draft from Ohio State. I like them. We are in trouble at cornerback. We're in trouble. So no corners first rounds. Can't work a trade up for some reason. The other team figured out a way to do it. We miss out on the run of corners. Don't take a corner. It's not looking good unless someone falls to us in round 3. We're not going to have a pick for the next 50 picks. I don't even know who's going to be on the board at that point. We're in trouble. We are in serious trouble. The secondary needs a lot of work, and I'm not sure we're going to be able to fix it this draft. Again, this all goes back to you could have had Arnold 24 if you just talk to Josh Allen beforehand. Just talk to Josh Allen before the Pro Bowl and franchise Calvin Ridley, and then you don't need a receiver, and then you draft the corner with Arnold. But we got a big hole at secondary, especially in this division too. Remember, this division just added Diggs, just added Ridley to Tennessee. Pittman just got a big extension. Obviously, C.J. Stroud is incredible. Anthony Richardson's got a cannon of an arm when he wants to use it. It's not like Minshew last year. We need corner help. You need to draft to beat who's in your division. We're not doing that. We are not doing that right now. Back-to-back LSU picks, and I'm not crazy about it. Not crazy about it. I'm not going to lie.
CEO of the Schrager Project. They do incredible work for crisis intervention for our LGBTQ youth. It's really, really a great job. Thank you for the Browns for having us. Thank you to the NFL for the continued support of me, Peggy of Schrager Project. So let's get down to business. With the 54th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Michael Hall, Ohio State, defensive tackle.
I've had the honor and the privilege for serving for and working for two of America's teams. One, serving for the United States Air Force, and two, the Dallas Cowboys.
The fastest cheerleader in the history of mankind.
You're not supposed to boo a veteran, guys. Just kidding.
The Dallas Cowboys select Marshawn Nealon, defensive end from Western Michigan.
Okay, Nealon's one of those guys.
All right, Nealon's one of those guys I really like. I like him coming out of Western Michigan. He was one of the two defensive linemen. If we were going to go that round 2, that I would have been fine with, alongside Hall of Ohio State. Went to Cleveland, great pick by them. I'm shocked they're not going running back. Their running backs right now are Rico Dowdle, Royce Freeman, and Deuce, 1.8 yards to carry Vaughn. Now, obviously with the Cowboys, only one running back's taken so far, and that's Brooks. But, you know how these things work. There's a giant run on running backs, and they might miss out. And if so, oh man, I don't know what this offense is going to look like next year. I have no clue. Bringing back Zeke is not going to be the answer, I can tell you that much.
It is so great to stand before you guys. I have to say, all of you have really made a difference in this year's draft. I appreciate you.
It's the 61st pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Detroit Lions select Ennis Rakestraw Jr., defensive back.
I hate you, Detroit. I hate you. You're killing it this draft. We're getting all my guys. Terry and Arnold, Rakestraw. Holy crap. The Lions are killing it. That secondary is going to be nasty next year. Every guy I want is going to Detroit. Every single guy I want going to Detroit. Right by the Chiefs, Jets. Let's see how they react to this.
San Francisco 49ers have traded the 63 pick to Kansas City Chiefs. With the 63 pick in the 24 draft, Kansas City select Kingsley Suamaiya from BYU, tackle. Let's go Chiefs!
Jaguars legend Jamal Charles right there.
About as fast as I can move. Okay, now with the 77th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Delmar Glaze, tackle, Maryland.
You guys ready?
All right, Jags gonna be on the clock in about 45 minutes, probably, in all likelihood. You got some guys on the board. You got Hart from Notre Dame, 6'3" corner. Can't teach 6'3". I wouldn't mind him, wouldn't mind TJ Tampa as well. They're still there. I think Hart's going to be there. And we had a top 30 visit with Hart. I'm leaning toward Hart as the pick if the board stays this way. I will say this, though. Raiders have no picks left. And I'm very disappointed in Jim Plunkett because the tradition for the Raiders is on day 2, the legend that announced the Raiders pick, it started with Willie Brown, always reminds people that it's Mother's Day coming up. Get someone for your mother. So I will do that here. If you're watching this video, Mother's Day coming up because the Raiders didn't do it. Get something for your mom on Mother's Day this year. Okay, we are on the clock at 97. They're at pick 90 right now. Tampa and a Hart. There you go. That's pick 90. Tampa and Hart still on the board. Tampa and Hart are still there. I like Tampa a bit more, but you give me Cam Hart, 6'3" corner. I'll gladly take that. We'll see what happens. I know we met with Hart. He's still there. I think he's still going to be there at 97. We should be able to get one of the two. We want one of the two. We should be able to get one of the two. All right, pick us in. Hart and Tampa on the board. Leading Hart. Again, we had a top 30 visit with him. 6'3". We haven't drafted a corner yet. There's no way Bulky, I shouldn't say that. There's no way Bulky's dumb enough to go the first 2 days without drafting a corner. No, that's our biggest need. I shouldn't say that. Bulky has done some dumb stuff, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. TJ Tampa, Cam Hart, I think it's going to be Hart. If you want to know a secret, you can tell when they're going to make the pick and when they're just going to play music, because you can tell from here when they're at commercial, because you can see Greeny's clearly not on camera. That's ESPN booth. Greeny's clearly not in a camera position. They're not talking about anything. They're going over their notes. You can tell. You can tell that they're not going to make the pick for another few minutes to get on the air. Just have to have the bottom line ticker there. All right, come on. Don't screw this up, Trent. Come on. Cam or TJ, come on. Come on.
NFL
Cam or
Draft.
TJ.
Jacksonville Jaguars select Jerry and Jones, defensive back, Florida State.
TV.
Like that pick?
In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Luke McCaffrey, wide receiver, Rice.
Best player named McCaffrey in the NFL now.
Debut is now a wrap.
All right, about to go to the casino for a bit. Figured I'd get these really quick draft thoughts in before I place some roulette, and we'll see what happens there. Interesting what the Jaguars did today. Obviously missed out on the running corners, but I like this pick they made in the third round. I think that Jones is the best pick they made of the three. I like his speed. His passer rating allowed was really, really good. Man coverage was like 4.7. He's a slot guy. We still need an outside guy. But again, you got Hart on the board. You got Tampa still on the board. Got some picks in round 4. We need a lot of depth at corner because, again, I don't want anything to do with Gregory Jr. and whatnot going into this season. But we needed, oddly enough, we needed wide receiver, defensive tackle, and corner. Those are the 3 positions we needed. And we got them just in a very bizarre way. It did not work out the way we all thought it would. I will say this, Trent Baalke is god-awful at trading up. I think we have figured that out, that he cannot swing a trade up to save his life. He cannot save a trade up to save his life. Didn't do it last year, hasn't done it this year, even though he had plenty of opportunities to do it on day 2. I'm not going to blame him for last night because no one could trade up last night into the top 12. Seemed like it was pretty stagnant all the way around. Tonight, a lot of teams trade up, and Baalke apparently wanted to trade up for Kool-Aid, or wanted to trade for someone, couldn't do it. Smith, I don't know about Smith. Look, the tape in 23 was not good. I've not seen the 21 tape on him before he tore his ACL. I've not seen that tape. 23 tape, not great. But he's got good burst, though. He's got the intangibles, and if that works out, you've got a stacked defensive line. You got a really stacked defensive line. In terms of what I want the Jags to do day 3, quarterback in round like 6 or 7, so you can stash on the practice squad and make the 3rd stringer, the emergency 3rd. Get another corner. Get some depth again if Hart or Tampa's on the board at round 4. I don't think Tampa fits the scheme because Ryan Nelson likes to play a lot of press, and Tampa rather, is more zone. But Hart, I mean, you can't teach 6'3". I think one of those 2 would be a good pick if they're still on the board. We have 114 and 116, so we have some room to work with. Linebacker depth, I feel like could work. Running back would just be a waste of a pick. Running back would be a waste of a pick. Wide receiver would also be a waste of a pick because you're only keeping 6 receivers, and you've got Kirk, you've got Washington, you got Zay Jones, you got Gabe Davis, Duvernay is your returner, then obviously BTJ. So receiver would just be a waste of a pick. Tight end, waste of a pick. You got 3 right now. You're keeping 3 with Farrell, Ingram, and Strange. Offensive line, could use some depth there. I can see him going there. Running back, again, you're keeping 3. You got Dearness Johnson, you re-sign him. He's going to play on special teams. ETN, Bigsby would be a waste of a pick. So we'll see what they do tomorrow. 5 picks tomorrow. We'll see how they play it. But yeah, that's going to do for this vlog. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a long day 3. We got about 160 picks to get through tomorrow. Day 3 is a lot of fun. Day 3, Scott Hansen hosts on the stage usually. I'm hoping he does it this year. They do a good job. They do a good job keeping it interactive and moving, but it's a long day. It's a long day, so hope you'll stay with me for that. No quarterbacks taken today. We'll see when guys like Pratt, when guys like Rattler, Jordan Travis, we'll see when those guys go tomorrow. Stay tuned to find out. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow.